Now, breaking news from NBC4.
The signing of this bill today is consistent with that respect for life and the imperative to protect those who cannot protect themselves.
With the stroke of a pen, Ohio becomes the 7th state in the country to sign a heartbeat abortion bill into law. Now, one of the most strict abortion laws across the country. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Mark Taylor.
And I'm Darlene Hill. The new law bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat can be detected as early as 6 weeks, when many women don't even know that they're expecting a baby. A win for pro-life advocates, a dark day, though, for pro-choice supporters. We have team coverage tonight. Tyler Carter spent the day talking to both pro-choice and pro-life activists about this bill, and we'll have her reactions and those reactions in just a couple of minutes.
But we do want to start with Jason Aubrey, who was in the room when Governor Mike DeWine signed that bill. We're going to check in with Jason in just a moment, but we do want to check in right now with Tyler Carter with what people are saying about this bill becoming a law. Tyler?
You know, even though Governor Mike DeWine has signed that heartbeat bill into law, those that are opposed of the heartbeat bill say they're going to fight it and appeal it in a higher court.
We will make sure that we do everything that we possibly can to protect access to abortion in Ohio for as many people as possible.
Jamie Miracle, Deputy Director of NARAL Pro-Choice Ohio, was just one of dozens of protesters that flooded the Ohio State House Wednesday after the Ohio House passed the heartbeat bill.
We've been fighting to ensure that women had the bodily autonomy to make the health decisions for themselves.
The heartbeat bill has been at the center of heated debates for years. Previous Governor John Kasich vetoed versions of the bill twice. Now Governor DeWine has signed it.
And since 2011 and Kasich took office, even before DeWine, there have been 21 attacks on access to abortion and reproductive health care passed by this legislature and signed into law by the governor.
The ACLU of Ohio announced that it will take the state to court over the controversial measure, arguing that Senate Bill 23 is unconstitutional and violates Roe v. Wade. Ohio Right to Life advocates say they expect this to be argued in a higher court.
We've seen the court change a lot in the last 2 years, as I'm sure your audience knows, between Justice Gorsuch and Justice Kavanaugh. And so we really felt like now was the time, with the most conservative court that we've seen in a generation, to pursue the heartbeat bill with a much more favorable chance when it comes to the high court.
Wanting to see the 1973 landmark decision overturned.
Ohio, being a state that cares deeply about protecting life, will have the option to do that even more so should Roe v. Wade be overturned, and we believe it will be.
The ACLU has not put a timetable on when they plan to file that lawsuit against the state. I'm going to go to Jason Aubrey, who was inside the State House when the governor signed that heartbeat bill.
This truly was a historic day here at the State House. As you mentioned, the governor kept his remarks very brief before signing the bill. Now, he received it just a few hours before signing the bill. He signed the bill. While he was signing the bill, he was surrounded by many of those that championed the bill. Now, some of them championed it longer than others. After signing the bill, the governor took questions from the press. He was asked why he thought the people of Ohio should pay for the inevitable legal battle this law will draw when there are other states already fighting the battle in their courts. Now, his response was because it's the right thing to do.
And the purpose of this bill is really to have a vehicle for the United States Supreme Court so that should it be ready to do so, it could revisit some of its prior rulings. We respect the law, and we will respect what the courts decide.
Now, as you just heard from Tyler, that is going to happen quite soon, with the ACLU at least announcing earlier today their plans to challenge this law. Local for you at the State House, Jason Aubrey, NBC4.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. Well, taking a closer look tonight, this new law will ban nearly all abortions in Ohio once a fetal heartbeat is detected.
As we said, that's often as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. The bill makes no exceptions for rape or incest, but there are exceptions for the life and health of the mother. However, if an abortion is performed after a heartbeat is detected for the mother's health, the medical reason must be documented.
Okay, so the heartbeat bill has been a hot button topic right here in Ohio for nearly 10 years. Ohio's governor, the latest in the country to sign the heartbeat bill into law. Other states, though, the ones that we have here in green, states like Arkansas, North Dakota, Iowa, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Georgia have all passed similar heartbeat bills. And in 11 states, the ones that you see here in yellow, we're talking Texas, Louisiana, Florida, South Carolina, New York, Illinois, Minnesota, Missouri, Tennessee, Maryland, and West Virginia. Lawmakers already have a version of the heartbeat bill drafted and is now pending. So lawmakers in Ohio and every other state are in for the long haul. While Governor Mike DeWine signed the heartbeat bill into law today, it will be challenged. It will go through the appellate and circuit courts, and it may stop there. But so far, the U.S. Supreme Court has stayed away from this issue, but that could change soon because the bench has changed. There are more conservative judges now appointed. I spoke with the political science professor over at Ohio State, and here's why he says a number of states are now coming forward, pushing what he calls these radical abortion bans.
It could well be with the two new appointees to the Supreme Court. The proponents of the bill figure that now is the time, that if the Supreme Court is ever going to overturn Roe v. Wade, it's going to overturn it under the pressure that is brought from these particular bills. Whether it will or not, we don't know.
All right, so we were just talking about how it's already passed in states, a number of other states, 6 states, Georgia, of course, being one that it made news a couple of months ago because a number of actors and a lot of Hollywood producers have said, if this bill passes, we will not work here. So that's some of the concerns that a number of lawmakers here in Ohio have, where they're wondering if students, when they graduate from Ohio State or other campuses here, if they will leave the state and not want to work here, if other businesses will not want to do business because of what they call these radical abortion bills and abortion bans.
Very interesting to see Governor DeWine there, him saying himself this is a vehicle for the Supreme Court. Ohio now has a vehicle with a number of other states as well. We'll have to watch and wait and see what happens next. And we'll, of course, be following every step of the way here on the air on NBC4 and on our website, NBC4i.com.